It usually depends on how important you are in their life. Using those spray bottles to spray down the rain on people and over the entire country. Just for a second I thought, oh, maybe they've just put there for, growing the plants. It's something that plants would grow in. And you just told me that no, it's not. Much better. I hope you guys can hear me better now. So, hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I'm getting fancy, I just got myself a new mic. Anyway, so if you're new here, then hi, my name is Aleesha, and if you've seen my previous videos, then thank you for sticking around. Let's do a little ASMR. It's delicious. I made it myself, by the way. Only the cup is from Starbucks. So I'm hooked on these cookies and all of these delicious things that they have going on here. So let's talk about the few things that I find a little bit strange here in Netherlands. I think they're only specific to Netherlands, or they might not even be strange if you're a Dutch person, but if you're a foreigner and an immigrant, I'm 100% sure that you would think that these things are a little bit weird or strange. And I don't mean weird in a bad way, it's something different, not something that we see around in our country. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. Okay, so first thing on the list is the rain. Now, I know you might be saying, Aleesha, it's rain, what can be so different or strange about it? It's the same everywhere. But no, there's this thing about the rain here that is absolutely very different for me, especially compared to the rain back home in Pakistan. So the rain here is very quiet. Like, if you don't look out the window or actually take your hand out of the window, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's raining. It's like, one of those spray bottles that we get while we're ironing our clothes. So it's like somebody's actually using those spray bottles to spray down the rain on people and over the entire country. You would rarely hear the thunder of the clouds or the lightning here. So it was very different for me to experience this kind of rain here. Back home, when it's raining, you sure as hell know that it's raining. It would completely wet you if you go out, or it would be so loud, and the color of the sky is very pinky sometimes, and it's just really cloudy, and you can tell that it's raining outside because the rain just makes sure that everybody hears it. So here the rain is quiet, sneaks in into the sunny weather, and would just absolutely make your entire day go wet, and your entire plans of the day just go down the drain, literally, because it rains so much here. Okay, so the second point on the list is no shades. No, I'm not talking about your eyewear or the shade from the trees. I am talking about the shades in front of the houses, that extended concrete shade in front of the houses, usually on the outside. So when I came here, it was July. Oh, I've said that so many times by now. But anyway, so it was summers and I was traveling all over the country. So you don't really get a lot of rain in the summers, but here and there you do get occasional rains. So when I would be out with my husband shopping and just roaming around the city, it would start raining and everyone in the area would try to get into the shops or just find a place to, cover themselves, because there was no shade in front of the shops or the houses you could just stand under. So you literally had to sheepishly get into a shop and just find yourself some shade so you can get away from the rain. So that is something that I found really weird, because this country gets so much rain, and since there is no shade in front of the houses or literally in front of the shops, you can't just run under the shade or get away from the rain. There's no place for you to hide under. You either have to have your umbrellas or your raincoats, and for someone, especially the tourists, if they're not aware of the fact that you're supposed to take your umbrellas or your raincoats, then there's a good chance that you're gonna get all wet, because there are no shades in front of the houses. You're gonna have to get into the shops to find shelter, and mostly the shopkeepers are really nice. They wouldn't comment on it, but at the same time you kind of feel a little, like invasive, because you're not really shopping for anything in their shops. You're just standing there and using their shop as a shelter. So I just wish that people here had a little bit of shade in front of their houses, so it would be convenient for everyone here to get away from the rain, especially now that it's winters. It's raining 24/7. It's exhausting. Also, I understand that the architecture of the Dutch houses is in a very certain specific way. It's absolutely gorgeous, by the way. I am mesmerized by it. But it would be nice to have a little bit of shades here and there, you know, to cope up with the weather. So far, all the points that I've mentioned haven't really been weird or strange necessarily, but something that just stood out to me and are very different for me. But this point 100% is actually weird and strange, not just for me. I'm sure everybody in the entire world would agree with me. They have this thing, it's like a star-shaped huge I'll put a picture here. So it's called a urinal, and people actually pee in this thing. Mostly it's just men. And so this is something entertaining because at first I didn't know what it was, because, you know, when I was new here and I saw those in Amsterdam, and then my husband had to tell me what it actually was, because for a second I thought, oh, maybe they've just put there for, you know, growing the plants. It's something that plants would grow in. And he just told me that no, it's not. So it's placed outside on the street, and anyone who feels like they have some business to attend to, they just go up to it, get done with their business, and they can just walk away. You know, simple and easy, nothing complicated here. This is so weird for me, you know, attending to your business so publicly, right in the middle of the street. Urinals are mostly common if it's an event that's going on. So recently I saw a lot of those actually were placed on the street when the Glow show was happening in Eindhoven. But in Amsterdam, they're literally just placed there throughout the city. And it's so common for you to see people attending to their business while they're just chatting, standing across each other. And I find that gross, but at the same time so entertaining. Like, they don't care if you even look at them. Mostly people don't look at them, but they just usually don't care if you're looking at them, because, you know, they're already doing it in the middle of the street. So yes, I find urinals something that are very weird. Anybody can use them, and then they can just, you know, walk away. So since we're already talking about bathrooms and open space toilets, let's talk about the indoor toilets. In Dutch houses, this is just how the layout of the house usually is. You enter the house, either on the left or right there's a bathroom, and then you just find the kitchen, living room, and then you have the bedrooms either upstairs or in the house. Now, you might be wondering what I'm trying to get at here. Right when you enter into the house, what is the first thing that you see? A bathroom door. So what I don't understand is, how did people find themselves in a situation where they felt like, ooh, so when someone enters, the first thing that they should see is the bathroom of the house? Like, what was the thought behind it? What was that person thinking when he was, you know, making this blueprint of the house? Like, I'm really genuinely curious to know that. So bathroom or toilet isn't exactly the best smelling place of the house, so it's understandable if they would put them at the end of the house, but I don't understand the logic of putting it as the first thing in the house that you see when you enter the house. So this is something that I found weird. In generally Netherlands, it's very common. So wherever you go, in whoever's house you go to, you should notice this next time if you haven't noticed this before. But yeah, so this is something really weird and strange that I think should be worked on a little. You get me? So moving on to the next point. And yes, we are done with the bathroom talk. So the next point on the list is making an appointment. I'm pretty sure everyone who is Dutch here watching this video understood what I meant, but if you're not a Dutch, then let me explain you what I mean. So until you're BFFs with someone, you cannot ask your friend to, hey, let's hang out with school and get something to eat. You can't do that. If you're just an acquaintance and someone you know in your class or your workspace, then you have to ask them, like, okay, when are you free so we can hang out and, you know, grab dinner or have lunch or just do something together? Because you cannot just pop the question on someone and just expect them to take you up on that offer and actually just go hang out with you right away. No, this is not the way to do things here. People here are so punctual, so punctual, and they are always so busy, so they literally need to make time to hang out with you or with their friends. So don't get offended if you pop the question right out of the blue and they say no. You need to give them time to think, schedule it, plan it, and then you can hang out with them. Unless you're BFFs with that person, then there's a good chance that they would hang out with you. But if they're just an acquaintance or someone you know from work, then give them some time and see where they can fit you in their schedule. It usually depends on how important you are in their life. The more important you are, the sooner your appointment would be. Anyway, so this is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope no one was offended here. These were just my point of view. So if you like watching these kind of videos, then don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you still haven't. Turn on that bell notification so you would see every time I post a new video. And I will see you next time. Bye!